Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the South Node conjunct the Ascendant in a natal horoscope. Well, as most of you know, South Node is associated with perhaps something that's overdeveloped, or overdeveloped qualities. It's something where we may have overemphasized or accentuated very strongly, primarily in the first part of our lives. We hit around age 30 or so approximately, we tend to go to where the North Node is in our horoscope. Well, not necessarily eradicating the South Node completely, but merely integrating it at least somewhat with the North Node. Now, the Ascendant, of course, is what is connected with our physical body, how we see ourselves. It's our outlook, our outer demeanor, and pretty much our personality. And anyway, the first thing is when I look at see the South Node conjunct the Ascendant. The South Node is what is often overemphasized and can become kind of redundant point in the horoscope. Now, this could be somebody that has overemphasized maybe their rising sign characteristics, and maybe it was to their detriment to some degree in the first part of their lives. It could have led to maybe some problems, certain relationships. This could be a person who had difficulty perhaps conforming to certain fads. Maybe there was it could indicate that maybe that this person might have their own views, might come across almost as iconoclastic, somewhat egocentric, maybe just kind of seeing, well, it's kind of my way or the highway. Now, it's not to say that the South Node conjunct the Ascendant, it's not all negative necessarily, though, don't get me wrong, but what it could be is the fact that when the North Node conjunct the Ascendant is often indication of somebody that can bring people to them and could indicate immense popularity. The South Node conjunct the Ascendant could indicate there could be certain popularity, but the relationships might be a little bit more superficial. There might be something where, for whatever reason, people are transient in their lives. Maybe they meet somebody and know for a few years and they kind of take off, and relationships may dissipate somewhat. And this could have something to do with the fact that in the first part of lives they weren't emphasizing the North Node, and with the North Node in this case would obviously, it would be conjunct the Descendant either in the 6th or the 7th house. Now, we look at this, and having the South Node conjunct the Ascendant, depending on whatever sign is rising and where this North Node is with the sign, it can be those qualities or attributes might be overemphasized. For example, something with someone with Gemini rising and they have the South Node in Gemini conjunct the Ascendant. It could be somebody that might overemphasize maybe their ability, you could say being loquacious, being maybe a little bit overly talkative, or someone that might dominate conversations and thus perhaps rebuff people. This could be someone, or another example, let's say it will take Cancer in another example with someone with Cancer rising and Cancer South Node. This could be somebody that might be a little bit overly motherly, or somebody that's a little bit too clingy. The emotional side might be emphasized a little bit more so, the sensitivity more so than ordinarily. So really what this comes down to is that the person that has this conjunction may be overemphasizing perhaps their own rising sign characteristics by having this conjunction. So really what this is often about, I read something at one place in time where, and I don't know how true this is, where it stated that the South Node conjunct the Ascendant might make somebody a little bit more diminutive in size or a little bit shorter. And I honestly have not, I don't know if that's actually true, if it's factual or veracious, but I mean, that just was one place where I saw this one time, and maybe you guys can give me some input on this and tell me if anybody here has seen this video, has this aspect in their natal chart. Tell me if you think this applies to them or not. I've also read the North Node conjunct the Ascendant can indicate somebody that could often be taller than otherwise indicated, and maybe kind of a slender build. So I don't know if that's how that holds true that much or not. But really, what this is this is just something where the qualities might be something where, like I stated, it might be something where it's emphasized a little bit too much generally, more so in the first half of their lives. And as the person evolves and matures and they get to around that time, around age 30, they're more likely than not going to they'll feel compelled to go to their North Node position, which would be it would either be in the 7th house or 6th house, but conjunct the Descendant, and could indicate that there'll be more, this person will flourish more in relationships around this particular point in time. So this is something where this person, the South Node conjunct the Ascendant is not necessarily all gloom and doom, but it's something where this person may have had some trouble adapting to certain things, certain fads and trends in the earlier part of his or her life, and somebody that whose personality, for whatever reason, might not have always meshed with others, and but as I stated before, this is something more that will kind of dissipate a little bit into when the person enters their second half of their life, generally speaking. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the Ascendant conjunct the South Node in a natal chart. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about the Ascendant sextile or trine the South Node in a natal horoscope. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.